Hey friends, welcome back to another flow with me. Today we're going to be doing a build and burn. So it's perfect for someone that wants a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit more of a burn, because we love to get burny around here. And today we are going to be using the magic circle because we love to burn even more. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna get started with a spinal warm-up just to get the blood flow and circulation moving through the spine before we get into our movements. So we'll stand up wherever you are. Feet are gonna be hip width apart. Arms come down to your sides. We're gonna nod the chin towards the chest, scoop the belly around the back, dive forward, let those arms head hang. Say no with your head from one side to the other, releasing through the cervical spine there. Back to center, we roll all the way up, restacking those bones, last to be the head, and then roll the shoulders back a few times. Good, again, nod the chin towards the chest, scoop the belly, round the back, dive forward, let those arms hang, the head hang, say no. Back to center, we roll all the way up, restacking those bones, tuck that tail, one vertebrae at a time, last be the head, and then roll the shoulders back a few times. We'll open up those arms, okay, big lateral side bend, we reach up and over to the one side, reaching long, feel a big stretch into that side body, and then back out and up and over the other side. Continue that flow at your own pace. Maybe you want to kind of hold it for a second or two longer if that feels nice on your body. Okay, we'll do one more each side. And last one. Good, back to center, arms reach out to the side into your T. We're gonna go into a full spinal twist. We're gonna rotate chest, head, shoulders towards the back, and then back to center, over to the other side. Good, try to lock out your lower half. Keep both your hip bones tracking forward, and really think about rotating the head, chest, and shoulders, getting that nice big twist through the spine. Good, we'll do one more each side. And last one. Okay, so we're gonna be starting on one blue and one red. We're gonna be lying down onto our backs with our circle. So bring your circle with you. Head on the headrest, heels can start onto the bar, and circle can rest on your chest so it's out of your space so you can grab a hold of your strap. So we're gonna grab a hold of those long loops. We're gonna press away with both of our legs, hook one strap on one foot, and one strap on the other. So you're gonna have both straps on both of your feet there. Find a little tension on the straps. And then we're gonna place this circle, okay, in between the inners of the shins there, right above the ankle bone, not on the ankle bone, right above the ankle bone. Then we're gonna give that circle a little bit of a squeeze, rotate our toes up to the ceiling and our knees up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna press the legs out over your bar to a 45-degree angle. If you are shoved up into your shoulder blocks, just take that second to wiggle away from them. Okay, from here, arms firmly plant down into your carriage. Okay, you're wide and heavy across the chest and shoulder area. Okay, you're gonna pull your ribs in toward your spine. Feel your bony part of your tail sticking into the carriage with a little bit of space in your lower back. Good, we're gonna really pull that core in as well, just to stabilize our body. We're gonna inhale, rise up with those legs above your hips, no further. Keep your tail sticking down into the carriage. Exhale, press those legs all the way over your bar down towards the bar. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Keep that tail sticking down into the carriage. Exhale, press those legs out over your bar. Good. Continue that flow. Keep that nice little squeeze of your circle. It's not an aggressive squeeze, it's just a nice little squeeze so we can feel that connection of our inner thighs. We can keep the awareness around the circle in between the inner thighs. Good. Let's find our breath and let's find our core. So again, we inhale through the nose as we rise, filling up the lungs. Exhale through the mouth like you're breathing out through a straw or pursed lips as you press out. And as you exhale, you're gonna draw your core in from the bottom to the top. So between your two hip bones, I want you to push down and in and squeeze that space. Then zip back and up all the way to the tops of your ribs so you're not neglecting any part of your core. So again, we inhale as we come up, exhale as we press out, and as we exhale, we draw your core in from the bottom to the top there. Good job. Now, make sure you are breathing. Take up space wherever you are. Always take up space. Good. Keep that light little squeeze of that circle. We're going to be going up into our long spine in a second here, but if you want to keep your bum down, you're more than welcome to. So the next time your legs come up above your hips, no further, okay, you're gonna start to push into the backs of your arms, press into your toes, into the straps, as we lift up onto our shoulders there. Good. We draw the core in, we squeeze into those glutes, and then articulate all the way back down, and then press those legs out over your bar. Good. Legs come up above your hips, no further. You start to press up into your straps and into your toes. Good. Press up into the backs of your arms and lift those hips all the way up above your shoulders. There we draw that core in, squeeze those glutes, and then articulate all the way back down. Tuck your tail as you do that. Good. It is a lighter spring load, so you have to really think about awareness around the body here. Around the glutes, around the quads, around the hamstrings, the core, the back. Good. And again, if you don't want to, you could always keep that bum down if you want to. Good. Keep a little tension on that circle. Those inner thighs are going to start to burn here. Let's go 3 more. Good. Last one. Reach it up. Hold. Articulate all the way back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Last to be the bum, and then press those legs out to a 45-degree angle over your bar. Good, so you're locked out through your legs, you're squeezing into your glutes, your feet are flexed. Bend the knees, come into tabletop. Exhale, kick those legs back out on a 45-degree angle. Good, inhale, come in. Exhale, press it out. Good, again, find your core again. Inhale as you come in, fill up the lungs. Exhale, press it out. Draw your core in from the bottom to the top there. Good, it's pretty quick action, all while pressing out. Good. Now, even though it's a lighter spring load, we still want to find that intention through the legs here. The inner thighs are going to start to burn, but the backs of the legs are still working. So we're squeezing into those glutes, quads, and hamstrings as we press those legs out. Let's start to add a squeeze to this. So we press the legs out, hold that extension of the legs, squeeze that circle, release a little bit of tension, and come back in with control. Can you try to keep that bony part of your tail sticking down into the carriage, keeping that little space of your lower back, staying in that neutral spine? Good. I say that because when you come in with those knees and you imprint your lower back, you've tucked in your bum. We want to be pushing through our glutes and the backs of the legs and not our lower back, okay? So if we imprint, most likely when you press those legs out, good, you're going to be pushing through that lower back, and we want to be pushing through the core, our glutes, the backs of our legs. Good. Hopefully your inner thighs are starting to burn. Good. Let's go 4 more, and then I'm going to add on. Good. For 3, think about zipping up equally on both sides of those inner thighs as you squeeze. For 2. And last one, press those legs out, hold the extension. Rotate your toes out to the top corners, external rotation. But try not to rotate too much. You still want to feel into the meaty part there, so you can hold on to the circle. Inhale, come in, bend the knees out wide. Heels come in. Exhale, press those legs back out onto your 45. So you're into your froggy press now. Good, inhale, come in. Exhale, press it out. Good, keep your feet flexed. Good, let's add that squeeze to this. Whew, oh my gosh. This new venture of being on YouTube is really humbling for me, and it makes me feel bad for my clients and what I put them through. Good. But that's okay. We love a good burn. We love a good challenge. Let's go 4 more. Good. For 3, lose the circle if you need to. That's all right. Honor your body. Okay. Last 2. Last one, we press those legs out, full extension of the legs, we hold it. We internally rotate our toes in, externally rotate your toes out. Keep a little squeeze of that circle so you don't drop it. This is where we'll drop it if we forgot about it. Good, keep that squeeze, zip up through that core, keep pushing through those heels for 4. For 3, make sure it's coming from the hips. From 2, and last one, rotate your toes out, squeeze and release that circle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo! Stretch those legs up, okay? Bend your knees and tuck it in. Adjust the circle if you need to, because we're going to keep it in place. Keep that squeeze of the circle. Slide your straps off of your feet and bring them into your hands. Then connect the balls of your feet onto the bar there, okay? We're gonna bring our hands into the shorter loops and stretch those arms up to the ceiling. Good. From here, don't think about your arms too much. You're just gonna reach those arms straight up, okay? And then from here, again, you're on the balls of your feet with a little bit of a squeeze with that circle here. You're gonna go heavy into your shoulders, pull your ribs in, good, draw into your core. You're gonna dig into your shoulders and your toes or into the balls of your feet as we lift those hips up to a glute bridge here. We find our neutral spine at the top, finding your knees lining up with your hips, lining up with your ribs, engaging through the core and squeezing through the glutes. From here, we hinge from the hips, we lower the bum down, tap the bum. Good, exhale, lift up, squeeze. Good, inhale, lower down, tap the bum. Good, exhale, lift up and squeeze. So you're finding that connection through the inner thighs, but you're now working into those hamstrings even more into those glutes. Good. Now taking away your arms, reaching them up to the ceiling is going to take away one of your anchor points. So I'm challenging you to use your lower half a lot more and utilizing your core a lot more to help support at the top there, that stabilization at the top. Now think about digging into the balls of your feet and stretching the knees up and over the bar as we lift those hips up. It's going to keep your carriage still and it's going to keep you in your lower half because we don't want to slide that carriage away. Good. Something I also want you to think about is keeping tension in the back of the leg and into the back of the knee crease. Good. Just so you have that awareness, you're not letting the carriage slide out. Let's go 4 more. Good. For 3, find that breath. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 2. And last one, we're going to hold at the top there. Good. Hold and squeeze at the top. Find that neutral spine. Pull the ribs in, draw into the core and squeeze those glutes. We lower the bum down an inch, lift up an inch, little pulses. Good. Controlled pulses. We want to be quick with these pulses. We want to lower down slowly, lift up slowly. Every single time you come up top, you want to squeeze into those glutes like a fist. Good. Let's go 8. For 7. For 6. For 5, don't let that carriage go. For 4. For 3, you're doing amazing. For 2. And 1, we lift at the top and we hold. Okay? Now we're going to keep that circle where it is. We lower the bum down all the way. Just take a little wiggle away from your shoulder blocks if you're shoved up into them. And then stretch and reach your arms up, but find tension this time. So you have tension on your ropes and tension on your arms. Good. From there, pull those ribs in. Tail is heavy into the carriage. We bring both legs up to tabletop. Good. Inhale to prep. Exhale, press those arms down to your side body. Hover your arms about an inch off the carriage. We hold. Squeeze into that back body. Inhale, rise back up with control. Good. Exhale, press down through your chest, shoulders, armpits. Hover your arms about an inch off the carriage. We hold. Good. Inhale, come back up with control. Whew. Now this is the heavier spring load. If you want to bring it down to the long loops, go for it. Honor your body and where you're at, but also know that you can always take a break. Good. Breaks are cool. Breaks are good. We're still crushing it. Good. Keep that little bit of tension in your circle here. Let's start to reach those legs out over the bar the next time your arms come down to your side. So stretch those legs out to a 45-degree angle over your bar. Tuck the knees back in, arms reach up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale, press down with those arms, extend those legs out to a 45. Good. Okay, think about those lower abdominals now. So between your 2 hip bones, you want to push down in and squeeze that space as the legs reach out over your bar. Good, then zip up from there. Okay, because you're feeling a huge stretch into the abdominal muscles and we don't want to let that core go. Okay, we want to keep long and strong here. Beautiful. If you want to go a little lower, challenge yourself. That's cool, okay? If you want to go a little higher for a little bit more support, go for it, honor your body. Good, let's go 3 more. Good. For 2, find that breath. Last one, press the legs out, press the arms down and hold it. Keep your elbows down. We're gonna hinge on the elbows, forearms lift. Good, tricep extensions, bend the knees. Exhale, press the legs out, press the forearms down. Good, good, so bend the knees, bend the elbows, push the legs out, push the arms down. You got it. Let's go 4 more. And then we're gonna hold it for 3. Nice, pull that core in for 2. Good, hold those ribs in. Last one, we push the arms down, we hold that extension on the arms. Reach those legs out, reach them a little higher if you need to. Okay, we're gonna squeeze and release that circle. Squeeze and release, tightening up through the inner thighs to the deep core. Good, into that pelvic floor as well. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lower. Woo. Good job, guys. You can hook up those straps back onto the hooks or your shoulder blocks. Take your circle out. We're going to stretch those legs up to the ceiling. Hook the circle onto the bottoms of the legs and then just pull towards your face. Get a nice big stretch into the hamstrings there. Take a breath while you're here. Big sigh out, let it go. Good. All right, we're going to bring ourselves all the way up however you'd like to. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Then we're going to put that circle down to the side out of our way. We're going to bring it down to one. No, we're not. We're going to keep it on one red, one blue. We're going to grab a hold of our box and put it into short box orientation here, right up against the shoulder blocks. I'm also just kidding. We're going long box. Okay, so long box orientation here, okay? Right up against the shoulder blocks. We are going to go onto our belly. If there's any reason that you don't want to be on your belly, okay, we could be doing this with our hands in the straps. Couldn't be pushing forward, okay? But we are going to come onto our belly here, okay? Bra line is over the box there, not squishing the gills, okay, or squishing anything, okay? I also like to leave a little bit of space there as well, just for a little bit of wiggle room, because this is a heavy spring load here. We're going to bring our hands a little wider than shoulder width apart onto the bar. Bring the fingertips up to the ceiling. Try not to wrap that thumb under, okay? Wing those elbows out to the side. Feel the activation of your back body here. Your shoulder blades feel like they're gonna connect and you're open through your chest. Separate your legs to the back corners, point your toes, squeeze into the quads and the hamstrings. You're gonna then squeeze into your glutes and push your hip bones down into the box. That's gonna be your anchor point there, okay? Now, lift the abs up and in toward your spine, not your belly, your abdominal muscles. Good. Proud through that chest. We inhale through the nose. Exhale, fully extend those arms. Press away. Good. Inhale, glide back in with control. Good. Exhale, press the carriage away. Through your chest, shoulders, armpits. Inhale, glide back in. Good. Press away from the chest, shoulders, armpits. Inhale, glide back in. Feel your shoulder blades connect at the back. Good. Now, it is a heavier spring load, so if you need to knock it down to one red, one yellow, or even just one red in general, that's okay too. Good, but we're taking it slow and we're finding that anchor point there. Okay, so another little reminder after we get going, okay, you're thinking about squeezing into the quads, the hamstrings, and then squeezing into the glutes and pushing those hip bones down into the box. That's your anchor point. Feel that connection into the box so that when you press away, you're feeling rooted, okay? Now, think about your abdominal muscles again, pushing down and in towards, or up and in towards your spine, okay, to help support your lower back, okay? Your back body, your lower back, is the opposite muscle group from your abdominal muscles. So anytime we need that support, we want to lift those abs up and in to help support that lower back there. We don't want to feel a crunch in the lower back. We want to feel engaged through the lower back, but certainly not a crunch, okay? Let's go 4 more. Good, for 3. Nice, for 2. Last one, can you hold the extension of your arms here? We're gonna go into our swan. So we're gonna push into our thighs, keep our arms long and strong. We're gonna lift our head, chest, belly, look up to the ceiling. Open up through your chest and squeeze that back body. We slide back out. Good, inhale, come in. Slide back out, exhale. Good. You got it. Continue through that flow. Good, my springs are so new that they feel way too heavy. Good, this time you actually want to think about lifting the belly up off the box, up and in towards your spine. Open up through your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. Good, because those shoulders are going to want to creep up into your ears and your neck, and you want to open and then roll them down. Let's go 3 more. Nice. For 2. Last one, we press the arms out, hold the extension, keep your head down. Elbows bend, just slide in, head draws over the bar. Exhale, press it out, we'll go into our swan. Good, lift your head, shoulders, chest, belly. Good, squeeze into that back body, lower back down. Inhale, bend, come in. Exhale, press away, fully extend. Good, inhale, come up into your swan. Exhale, press it back away. So you're making it a combo now. Take your time, take a break if you need to. Let's go 2 more. Keep active with that lower half, squeeze into those glutes. Good, point your toes. Last one here. The next time you press away, your head is down. Can you hold that extension? You are going to lift your gaze in front of you, lift your head up, okay? And we're gonna bend the elbows, draw in, squeeze into those shoulder blades. Exhale, press away. Good, again, inhale, come in, bend those elbows, feel the shoulder blades connect at the back. Exhale, press it away. Now you're on a slight angle here, so you're gonna feel a different connection. You're gonna feel a deeper connection. And you're feeling the outline of your shoulder blades there. Let's go 4 more. Good. For 3. Nice for 2. And last one. Good. We come all the way back in. Let's bring ourselves onto our knees. Send that bum back towards our heels and reach those arms long. Find nice flexion through the spine there and space through the vertebrae because we just compressed them. Take a breath while you're here. Exhale, let it go. And while you're down there, take your red off. Okay, keep your blue. All right, we're gonna step off of our carriage and reset. So step off your carriage. We're gonna turn to face the back of our carriage this time. Okay, find a tabletop position. Now, from here, I'm gonna get you to tuck your toes onto the bar there, like shoulder width apart, hip width apart there. Then I'm gonna want you to walk your knees back, okay? So that means you're gonna push your carriage away. We're gonna bring our hands about 1/4 of the way down onto the box on the outside of the box there. So fingertips waterfall over and your palms are resting on the box. It feels like you're kind of holding onto those love handles, those hips, you know, okay? Now, press out of your upper body, okay? Shoulders are again over the wrist. Okay, roll those shoulders back and down. Lift those abs up and in. Lift the ribs up and in and long through your spine. So you're feeling really connected and supported. You're going to dig into your palms and dig into your toes. Make sure it's the ball of your foot there, tippy toes there. Good. We're going to press out of our box and lift those knees up and hover. Feel those lower abdominals connect. Okay, inhale to prep. Exhale, press the carriage away. Full extension of the body into your plank. Zip up through the midline of your body. Bend the knees, come back in return. Good, exhale, press away. Zip up through the midline of your body. Inhale, come back in return. Now, if you're like, this is a little bit too much of a struggle for me, that's okay. You can bring yourself down onto your forearms. Elbows are underneath the shoulders there and hands can interlace and cup together, okay? There's always options. Good. Now, think about a plank. A plank is a whole body movement. We're not just thinking about that core. We're thinking about the upper body, our spine, our glutes, our lower half. Everything is working together to get us through this movement here. Find your breath. Let's go 2 more, and then we're going to go into a pike to plank. Last one. Fully extend the legs and hold the extension. We're going to pike the hips up, fold the body. Look towards the ankles as we pull the carriage in. And then press back out into your plank. Zip up. Good. Inhale. Pull it up. Good. Exhale. Press it out. Good. Now, every single time you go out into your plank, you want to feel like you're hitting a brick wall. And that brick wall is your core, glutes, upper body, okay? We don't want to think about dropping those hips too low. Good. Let's go 4. And then we're going to hold it for 3. Keep those shoulders over the wrist the whole time for 2. And last one, we hold it out there for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We slide in. Good job, guys. Reach that bum back, reach those arms long, drop into the chest, take a nice little stretch. Inhale through the nose, exhale, let it go. Okay, we're gonna go back to back wrists here. Okay, so I can give you a modification, of course, but we're gonna go back to back wrists. So give your wrists a little shake out if you need to. Take that second. Okay, now you're gonna grab a hold of your long loop on the right side. I like to grab like above the loops there, so I have the loop available. Okay, I'm gonna take that loop onto the bottom of my right foot here, okay? And then I'm gonna bring my hands underneath the shoulders again, okay? Knees are gonna walk back underneath your hips, okay? So you're in this nice tabletop position. Now I'm gonna slide my left knee a little bit more into the midline of the box, not the bullseye of the box, the midline of the box there, okay? I'm gonna press out of my upper body. Okay, push the box away, roll the shoulders back, lift those abs up and in, lift the ribs up and in, and head reaches long. Shift your weight into that left knee, okay, and then hover your right knee up off the carriage. Flex into that right foot, inhale to prep, exhale, kick that leg directly behind you, full extension of that leg. We hold it here. Inhale, come back in with control. Good, exhale, press it out. Inhale, come back in with control. Good. Now, that strap, she loves to rub against the hand. She really does. But because we're in that 3-point, okay, when we kick that leg back, we have a tendency to pull the leg or push the leg into the midline, okay, to help support our balance. I want you to really think about kicking that leg directly behind your hip, if not slightly out to the side, the tiniest little bit to recorrect your body there, the alignment. So it's directly kicking behind the hip. Good. You got it. Every single time you kick that leg back, I want you to feel that glute squeeze there. Get into the crease underneath the glute to hamstring connection, and then squeeze that glute like a fist. Now, thinking about lifting those abs up and in toward your spine, being proud of the upper body. Good. And keeping that pelvis neutral, so both your hip bones are tracking straight down to the floor, like you have flashlights on your hips there. You gotta see down. Always have the option to come down onto your forearms if you need that support. Wrist might be a little bit tender there. Good, let's go 2 more, and then I'm adding on. Last one, kick and extend that leg back and hold the extension. Point your toes. We sweep it down and out towards the floor, right beside our hip, no further. Sweep it back up behind you. Good. We sweep it down and out beside our carriage, down to the floor. Sweep it back up and out behind our hip. Good. Start to really think about those obliques here on either side, okay? When the leg goes off to the side, you're gonna get a little bit of a rib to hip connection, okay, on that right side body. Now, when you sweep that leg back, you wanna zip up through your obliques to help support the length of your spine and the length of the leg that push back there, utilizing your core and utilizing your breath. So we inhale, lower, exhale, lift and sweep. Let's go 3 more, and then I make this a combo for 2. And last one, we sweep to the back, we hold the extension. Flex your foot, bend, come in. Exhale, kick that leg back. Point your toes, we sweep it down and out. Good, sweep it back up and in. Flex your foot, bend. Exhale, extend. Good, inhale, drop. Exhale, sweep it back. You got 4 more. Good, I'm huffing and puffing along with you. Okay, for 2. And last one, we hold the extension behind us, hold it. Find tightness on that strap and tension. Point your toes. We got little pulses up to the ceiling. Woo, squeezing into that glute, reach. Little pulses for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We tuck the knee back in to meet your other knee, but we're not quite done. That would be nice, but we're not quite done. We're gonna come down onto our left forearm. So you're gonna drop that left forearm on the diagonal, okay? Keep your right hand up on the box, okay? Open up your chest and your head towards the right. And we're gonna keep that right leg bent, okay? Squeeze into the back of the knee, find tension on the bottom of your foot. We lift that leg out to the side into our hydrant, and then we lower back down. Good, we lift it up, we squeeze into the side of the glute, find that tension. Lower back down. You want to keep a constant squeeze in the back of your knee hamstring connected, and keep constant tension on the bottom of your foot. Otherwise, the strap is going to want to control you, and you want to control the strap. You want to always control the carriage there. Okay, and that way is finding that tension on it. Good, let's go 3. For 2. And 1, lift it up and hold the lift, okay? Now we're gonna kick that leg back to the back top corner, squeeze into the side of the glute. Inhale, bend the knee into the side body. Feel that oblique crunch there. We kick that leg back and out. Good, your toes and knees are tracking towards the right, okay, towards the wall, and your ankle bone is tracking straight up to the ceiling. So when you kick that back, you're really getting into that side glute. Good, you got 4 more. Good, for 3, lift those abs up and in, press out of your upper body. For 2. And last one, we kick that leg back, we hold the extension. Little pulses up and down. Little pulses, squeezing into the side of your glute. You got this, guys. Don't give up on yourself unless you obviously need to take a break. Let's go 5. For 4, you can do hard things. For 3, for 2, and 1, we pull it back in. Woo! All right, tap it out. Okay, take that strap off of your foot there, hook it back up, slide those knees forward so you're not gonna fall off your carriage there. Just shake out those wrists. We're gonna go back to back glute movement here, okay? So we're gonna glide forward. We are gonna bring our right foot onto headrest there, keeping our left knee down onto the box. Now you're gonna grab a hold of both your straps into your hands and come up to tall kneel, and your foot is planted down onto the headrest. From here, we're gonna take those short loops, okay, over the forearms, over the biceps, and we're gonna bring your fingertips to temples, elbows wing out to the side. Now, from here, your right foot is forward, away from the box. Your left knee is directly underneath your hip. I want you to push your left foot forward to line up with your right one so you're squared off. You're gonna roll your shoulders back and down your back and lock out and pinch into the shoulder blades. From there, we pull the ribs in, we pull the core in. We're gonna act like a flat board from our tail to our head here. Okay? We're gonna start to lean forward, dig into our front foot, expose your glute, send that bum back and down, and we hinge forward over our knee. Good, then we push into our right foot, we lift back up to straight. Good, okay, so we lean into our right foot, we hinge forward, send that bum back into space. Good, keep that back flat here, then dig into your foot, we come up all the way. Yes, squeeze into that right glute. Mine's on fire. Good, already. That's a nice little superset for you. Now, act like there is a pull running from one elbow across your back to the other elbow. You're glued to that pull. Guys, so you can't bring your elbows forward and you can't round out through your back. We want to keep open across the chest, squeezing into that back body. Good, keeping those ribs pulled in, keeping that core pulled in. And as we lower down, okay, and we hinge forward, you're thinking about almost like sticking your bum out. Show those gains, those Pilates gains. Good, open up the glute muscle, and then as you come back up, that's when you squeeze and contract. Good, because a lot of us live in a rounded body, like our shoulders are rounded forward, our tail is tucked, and we always want to round our spine. We want to think about keeping that spine really long and strong into that neutral. Okay, let's go 3 more. For 2. And last one, we come up to tall, we hold it, okay? We're gonna hinge forward slightly. Now lock out the body. The lower half stays where it is. Draw that core in, okay? Upper body stays exactly where it is. Elbows are gonna come in front of you, in front of those shoulders. And then you're gonna wrap those elbows back around and we're gonna squeeze and pinch the shoulder blades together. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, wrap those elbows back and around. We squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Can you hold it for like 2 seconds, 2 long seconds there? Really feeling those rhomboids between the shoulder blades really connect. Good. The longer you kind of hold, okay, the more muscle-mind connection you're going to get. So if you're ever feeling something, hold it for a second or 2, okay, or even 3. Find the tension of the muscle, connect with the muscle, and you're gonna feel a lot more. Good, let's go 4 more. For 3. For 2. Last one, we hold. And then we round forward. C-shape your spine. Good. Feel that flexion come back into the spine, and then you can hook up your straps from there. Make your way onto your bum. Bum on the box, feet are on the headrest there. Take a little roll out if you need that. And then we're gonna add on a red with our blue for a little bit more support. So you can reach behind you and grab a hold of that red and hook it on. So you have one red and one blue, okay? We're gonna take a break with some core. Who doesn't love a core break? Everyone. Good, so let's wiggle forward, like almost like we're about to fall off our carriage there, okay? And then we're gonna lean back onto our box. So flatten out our back onto the box there. Bring our knees up to tabletop. And once you get down there, making sure that your shoulders are on the box there, and so is your bum. Okay, you need to adjust yourself if you're not. Okay, so we're gonna bring our hands behind our head and interlace our hands together, creating a basket with our hands. Let the head drop in towards your hands there. Let the tension of your neck go. And then elbows wing out towards the side. We bring our knees right above our hips. Good. Inhale, let the head go back, open up through the chest. Exhale, push into your back ribs, imprint your lower back, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, scoop. Good. Inhale, let the head go back. Good. Fill up those lungs. Exhale, push into your back ribs, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up into your scoop. Good. Inhale, lower back down. Good. Exhale, lift it up, scoop. Good. This is definitely one of those ones. We are breathing. Don't forget to breathe and take up space. Okay, it's okay to have a loud breath in Pilates, and always if you want to have a loud breath, but take up space always in the class, in your regular life. Always take up space. We need to. Now, I want you to think about holding it for 2 seconds at the top there. Good, holding it for that 1, 2, and then lower it back down. Good, when we hold it for that 1, 2, okay, we find that time to get into our core a little bit more. We find that connection of the carriage, like our anchor points into the carriage, and we really know what we're doing. We're getting into that mind-body-muscle connection. When we just whip our head up and down, we're not really feeling much there. So we want to slow it down, find that control, and find that tension build up, okay? The next time you come to the top, think about shining their heart toward your hips and really pulling the abdominal muscles tight in toward your spine, like you're pushing them down into the mat there. Good. Let's go 3 more, and I'm adding on. For 2. And 1, we lift up into our scoop, we hold the scoop. We're gonna hinge from the right hip, tap the right toe down into the well. Good. Inhale, lift it back up. Let it go. Good. Exhale, lift up into your scoop. We hinge from the left hip, tap the left toe down into the well. We lift back up with control, and we let it go back. Good. Continue through your flow at your own pace here. Now, when the leg goes down, you're hinging, okay? You're really opening up through the lower abdominals there, okay? So thinking about squeezing between those 2 hip bones, pushing down and in and squeezing that space, okay? And then as we lift the leg back up, you're thinking about getting into the hip flexor, that crease. Good. Your hip flexor is not necessarily a part of your core, but it works with your core here. So when you squeeze into that hip flexor, it helps to bring the leg back up. Let's go 3 more. Good. Really close those ribs in. Pull that core in for 2. And then we're going to hold the head lifted. Last one, we hold at the top there. We're just going to do those legs now. So we hinge from the 1 hip, tap the 1 toe down, lift back up with control. Good, hinge from the other hip, tap the other toe down, lift back up with control. Good, my core is starting to burn. This is very hard to talk and do at the same time. I don't know how people do it. Well, I do. I do it all the time. Good, still burns though. It doesn't take that away. Good. Keep scooping. Keep pulling that core in toward your spine. Let's go 2, and then I'm adding on. And 1, hold, 1 toe down, 1 leg up, okay? We're gonna cross opposite elbow, opposite knee. Pull everything back up into the midline, knees come to tabletop, head stays lifted. We go the opposite side. We cross opposite elbow, opposite knee, 1 toe down, 1 leg is up, and then back into the midline, repeat. Good. Now, when you're going over, you're pouring into that one shoulder to lift your other shoulder up and over. You're feeling a massive rib to hip connection on the outside of that body, even on the other side as well. Good. Let's go 4 more. You got this. For 3. You're doing amazing. Last 2. Last one, we hold opposite elbow, opposite knee. Hold that control. That other leg that isn't connected to your elbow, you're going to reach it long and then tuck it in. Reach it long, tuck it in. Good. Exhale, reach. Inhale, tuck. Exhale, reach. Inhale, tuck. Ooh. Let's go 2 more. Last one, we reach the leg, hold the extension. We sweep it up to the ceiling. With control, we lower back down. Good. We lift it up. We lower back down. Let's go 4. Good. For 3. For 2. Last one. We tuck it back in. We go the opposite elbow, opposite knee. We extend that leg out. Good. We tuck it back in. Good. So that leg that isn't connected to the elbow is going in and out. Good. Inhale, tuck. Exhale, reach. Let's go 3. You got this. For 2, I know it burns. Last one, we reach that leg long, we hold the extension. We sweep the leg up with control, lower down with control. We sweep up with control, lower down with control for 4 more. Think about those lower abdominals. For 3, for 2. And last one, we come all the way in. Woo! Let the head go back, open up through your chest there. Take a breath. Lower the feet down onto the headrest, just exposing your hip flexors there. Whew. And then you're going to bring yourself all the way up, digging into those elbows and forearms, and then just take a little fold forward just to get some space into those vertebrae, and just take a breath. Good. All right, we're gonna reset. So we're gonna take that red off, keep that blue, and we're gonna find ourselves back into that tabletop position facing the back of our carriage there. So we got the second side to do, and guess what? We're done after that. So, I mean, that's a win. That's something to look forward to. Okay, from here, we are gonna find hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, but then we're gonna grab a hold of that left lung loop, walk your hand up, kind of past those loops there, so you will have the loops available. Then pull that strap onto the bottom of your left foot this time, okay? We'll find that tabletop again, so hands underneath the shoulders, knees walk all the way toward underneath your hips, so like far back as much as you can. If it's underneath your belly, it's probably not going to feel as much as supported. So we want to walk those knees back. We want length through our spine here. Walk the right knee in more into the midline, okay? So that when we're doing our leg sweeps and such, we're able to do so. So press out of your upper body, so like push that box away, roll the shoulders back, lift those abs up and in, lift the ribs up and in, and head reaches long. We're gonna shift that weight into that right knee, hover the left foot up, left knee up, flex into the foot, inhale to prep, exhale, kick that leg back, full extension, hold, okay? Toes are tracking down, hip is tracking down. Inhale, come back in with control. Good, exhale, kick that leg back, full extension. Good, inhale, come back in with control. Good. Now, like we talked on the other side, when we're kicking that leg back, we're thinking about directly kicking it behind our hip there, okay? Because in this 3-point, tendency to kick it more into the midline, which means the strap is going to most likely rub against our hand. So we're directly kicking it towards the back, and if it's still kind of rubbing, push it a little bit outward, just the tiniest little bit. It's actually going to probably be behind your hip, but it feels a little bit off, okay? But it is underneath or behind that hip there. Good. Start to really think about those obliques here, okay? So the sides of your body, because we're going to start to go into that sweep. Good. The next time you kick that leg back, we're going to hold the extension, point your toes. We're going to sweep it off to the left, down to the floor beside our hip, squeeze into those obliques. We sweep that leg back up behind us. Good. We sweep it down and out. Good. Back up and in. Keep both your hip bones tracking down to the floor. Okay, like I could balance a glass of water on your lower back there. You got control through the center of your body. Good. You can always drop it down to the forearms if you need to. Let's go 3 more. Okay, then we're going to make this a combo for 2. You got this. Last one, we sweep that leg to the back and hold the extension, flex your foot. Bend your knee in to meet your other knee. Kick that leg back, point your toes, we sweep it down and out. Good, sweep it back up and in. Flex your foot, bend. Exhale, extend. Point, sweep. You got it. Good, this side might feel a little bit worse than the other just because you've already worked the leg. Good, let's go 2 more. And now it's staying stable. So it's still working just because it's not moving. Okay, last one. The next time you kick that leg back, can you hold the extension? Good, little pulses up and down, little pulses. Find tension on the bottom of your foot there. Keep reaching through that leg as we pull up an inch, down an inch. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We pull the knee back in to meet your other knee, but we're not done. We're gonna drop the right forearm down onto the box on a diagonal, okay? Keep our left hand where it is. Open up our chest and our head towards the left, okay? And then from there, can you squeeze into the back of your left knee, squeeze into that hamstring and flex your foot. We're gonna lift that leg up to the side into our hydrant. Inhale, lower back down. Good, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Woo! Now, at the top there, if your knee is coming into your side body and your foot is kind of reaching out, you're kind of finding more length, I want you to think about, okay, that knee going directly to the side, keeping constant pressure on the bottom of your foot, keeping that tension build up with the rope so you're in control of it. Good. And then at the top, squeezing into the side of your glute so you can find that body connection as well. Good. Squeeze into the back of the knee, the hamstring. Everything is working together through this movement here. Let's go 3 more. Then we're gonna kick it back for 2. Last one, we lifted the top and we hold. We kick that leg back to the back top corner. Inhale, tuck that knee back into side body. Exhale, kick that leg to the back corner. Inhale, tuck it in. Good. Your side glute is the one that's really working here, so I want you to feel it into it. Your toes are tracking towards the left, so is your knee. And your ankle bone is tracking straight up to the ceiling. Good, you got 4 more, and then we're gonna pulse it out. Good, for 3. For 2. Last one, full extension of that leg and hold. Little pulses, up and down, little pulses. Woo, squeezing into the side of your glute. You got 5. For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We tuck it back in. Woo! Nice. Okay, take that strap off of your foot, hook it up, slide those knees forward, okay? Maybe shake out those wrists or do a little fold forward, whatever feels nice on your body. You got one last move. Are you with me? Okay. Woo! Okay, we are gonna take our left foot onto the headrest now, okay? Step that foot maybe a little bit more away from that box. Right knee is gonna stay on the box. We're gonna grab a hold of our straps. Good, and bring ourselves up to onto our foot and onto our knee there. We're gonna take those short loops on over the forearms, over the elbows, and onto those biceps. Now, if you found it a little bit more of a challenge last time, go long loops. Okay, we're gonna bring our fingertips to temples, elbows wing out to the side. Now, making sure that your right knee is directly underneath your right hip, okay? And you're pushing your right hip forward to line up with your left one. We want to be squared off with those hips because we want to get into that glute, okay? Now, from there, roll your shoulders back and down your back and pinch into the shoulder blades. We pull the ribs in, draw into your core. You're gonna act like that flat board again. So we're gonna hinge forward, stick that bum back into space, keep that core plugged in, keep those elbows winged out to the side, then dig into your left foot. We come back up all the way to stand. Squeeze into that left glute specifically. Good. Inhale, send that bum back into space. Hinge forward without rounding. Keep that back tight and that core engaged. Dig into that left foot. We come back up with control. Good. Continue that flow. You're keeping that bar, right? Over from the one elbow, across the back to the other elbow. Your glute to the bar. So you're keeping that back body squeezed and contracted as you keep broad across the chest. Really working into those posterior muscles there. Good. Into the postural muscles. Okay, let's go 4 more. for 3, for 2, last one. We'll come all the way back up to that straight spine. Now, draw that core in. We're gonna hinge forward slightly on a slight diagonal and then lock out the body. The body isn't going anywhere. Just the elbows are gonna come forward in front of your shoulders there. And then wrap them back and around and feel the shoulder blades pinch together. We hold for that couple seconds. Inhale, come back forward. Good, exhale, wrap it around. Inhale, come back forward. You got it. Again, you're holding for that 2 seconds at the back. Let's go 5 more. Good, for 4, draw that core in to help support you. For 3, for 2, and last one. We round forward, open up that back there, and then you can hook up your straps from there. Good job, guys. Make your way onto your bum, okay, with both your feet on the headrest there, and then just give that your shoulders a little roll out, okay, or that neck a little roll out, whatever you need to roll out. Feel that release of the body there, okay. We are gonna step off of our carriage and reset, okay, put our box back to where we found it. Okay, we're gonna add a red with our blue, and we're gonna go into our nice little cool down here. You're gonna make your way onto your back, head on the headrest, heels are gonna connect back to the bar. Good, and then we're gonna grab a hold of your right long loop and take it onto the bottom of your right foot. We're gonna reach that right leg up to the ceiling, find length to the back of the leg there. You can either keep your left leg straight or you can have a little bend into it. And arms gonna come down to your sides and just take a little wiggle away from your shoulders if you're shoved up into them. Have that option to shut down through the eyes and come back into the body and back into the breath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose to fill up the lungs. Big sigh out, let it go. Get another deep breath in. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, we're gonna cross the right ankle over, okay, and wing out that right knee out to the side. We're gonna bring the left knee up against the back of the right ankle into that figure 4 stretch. You can hold onto your strap or your leg, whatever feels better on your body. You can always keep your foot down if you need to. Yeah, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, another deep breath into the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Connect your foot back to the bar and stretch your leg up just to find extension again. Good, and then you can tuck your knee and take that strap off of your foot and hook it back up. And we'll go the other side. So we'll take that left long loop onto the bottom of your left foot and stretch that left leg up to the ceiling. You can either keep your right leg straight or have a bend in it, as long as you're feeling a nice big pull in the back of the leg there. Okay, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, another deep breath in. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, we'll cross the left ankle over, wing that left knee out, and then bring that right knee up against the back of your left ankle into that figure 4 stretch. You can hold onto your strap or your leg, whatever feels better. Good, or you can bring your foot down if that feels a little less intense. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, another deep breath in. Big sigh out, let it go. Connect your foot back to the bar, stretch it up so that leg doesn't feel like it's gonna lock out. Good, and then you can tuck that knee and take that strap off of your foot and connect your foot back to the bar and hook up that strap. From there, arms are gonna reach out to the side into a T with your palms facing up. Let that stretch happen across the chest, and you're just going to start to sway your knees from one side to the other, releasing through your lower half. We'll take one final deep breath into the nose to fill out the lungs. Big sigh out, let it go. Good, really honoring your body in this very moment for showing up and crushing that workout, guys. Be proud of yourself. I'm very proud of you. Give yourself a good little clap. Woo! All right, let's bring ourselves all the way back up to a seated position. Good. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was so fun and honestly, such a burn. But anyways, thanks for joining me on another workout, and like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.